One of the big movies that came out in 1997 was The Devil's Advocate, featuring an all-star cast of Al Pacino, Keanu Reeves, and Charlize Theron. Audience loved the movie and its entertaining story. In this episode, we'll review this classic late 90s film and also discuss a sequel said to be in the works. Now, in the movie, a young talented lawyer named Kevin, played by Keanu Reeves, is recruited by a large New York law firm. The firm is headed up by John Milton, played by Al Pacino. As Kevin begins working for the law firm, he hits the ground running. Meanwhile, his wife, Marianne, played by Charlize Theron, is struggling. As the movie progresses, Kevin and Marianne grow further and further apart, soon leading to Marianne's suicide. And then we learn the horrifying truth. Milton is Kevin's father, but he's not just a high-profile lawyer, but actually the devil. Kevin is being recruited to help birth the Antichrist. There's a lot that can be said about The Devil's Advocate, but I want to start at the end. The final scene was definitely memorable, as we saw terrific acting from Al Pacino, as well as some great one-liners from him. Milton reveals his grand plan, trying to get Kevin's sister and Kevin to have sex and essentially create the Antichrist. Overall, I thought the acting at this point was great, and I liked how Kevin basically baited Milton and his daughter. That said, once he shot himself, the movie should have ended there. One thing I never liked about this movie was what happened next. After Kevin shoots himself, the movie rewinds back to the courthouse where Kevin was defending the pedophile in Florida. He excuses himself from the case, ending his winning streak, and leaves the courtroom, seemingly satisfied and happy, back with Marianne, who's now alive. Still, what did Kevin think about the experience? Did he think it was all just a lucid dream? Did he decide to go home and actually see if there was a Milton law firm in New York? In the very, very last scene of the movie, Al Pacino poses as a reporter trying to score an interview with Kevin and quotes a line he said earlier in the movie, "Vanity is my favorite sin." This seems to imply that Kevin hasn't won. Won't Kevin, though, have his guard up more than ever now? When I first saw this, my first thought was definitely there's going to be a sequel. The movie was quite popular, and they basically left it open for another story. But it's been about 20 years now, and with Pacino in his 80s, it seemed like that window had closed. However, I appear to be dead wrong on this, as apparently a sequel is in the works, although it's unclear who is coming back. It might be hard to do this again. Keanu Reeves can't really play the role of a naive and cocky lawyer now that he is older. Would Charlize Theron, being such a big star, want to come back for this movie? One issue that I always sort of had around this movie is I'm not sure what it tries to be exactly. It might be considered horror, but it really doesn't feel like one. Pacino just isn't scary as the devil, nor do I think the writers wanted him to be that way or make him that way. That said, it feels like more of a mystery or a drama or a thriller, as we learned pretty early on, Milton's firm is a little bit more than a law firm, and Kevin appears to be getting groomed for something. One perplexing thing about this movie concerns Kevin's mom and her refusal to tell Kevin the truth. It would seem like once she met Milton in the building, she would have told Kevin the truth. Maybe that he is not the devil or evil, maybe she doesn't actually know that, but at least she could have told him that that was his father. He's a grown man at this point. Despite a few shortcomings, make no mistake though, The Devil's Advocate, it's an entertaining movie with a fun storyline and great acting. It doesn't try and touch upon any sensitive subjects. It doesn't really try to be scary. It really just wants the viewer to have a fun experience and forget about their life for a couple hours. So in that respect, this movie, it surely succeeds.